Hello friends, Pete Nelson again. I thought we'd do the back-to-back tour today because I've been holding out long enough on the tree houses. Here is the Temple of the Blue Moon. We built this in 2006 and I basically lifted the lines of the Parthenon in Athens. It was so important to me to make a beautiful tree house for the first tree house on this piece of property. So I kind of chickened out and just, lifted the lines of the Parthenon. So before we go inside, I know a lot of you are interested in how these stay up in the trees. And so maybe before we go inside, I'll take you down underneath and I'll show you the structure of this, okay? Okay, so here we go. This tree house is supported by two trees, Sitka spruce on the left and western red cedar on the left, right. So imagine, if you will, that when it's really windy out here, and it is, these things are going to move. So it's critical to allow for that kind of flexibility. We've anchored the two main beams, and I think you can see them, onto the Sitka spruce, the bigger of the two trees, right? There's a steel yoke that holds the beams off the bark of the tree a bit in both trees, but this one's anchored. It's secured with bolts onto the yoke and onto the beams. So when the Sitka spruce moves, and it will, just a tiny amount, in a heavy wind, we've got then to allow over on its other side that movement to occur, some flexibility. So if you can see, there's a little black plastic pad where the beam rests onto that steel yoke. And we even put a little lubricant on there. It's a high viscosity lubricant that allows that to move without squeaking, right? So that's the critical thing. The steel support, we came back in here and did some augmentation of it when we started this 13, 14 years ago now. We didn't have all this same hardware. We had some hardware, but we've made some good advancements in that period of time. So we came back into this treehouse about a year and a half ago and redid a lot of the hardware. It's kind of painful, but it wasn't terrible. So now it's all signed off by King County. We have a certificate of occupancy. It only took 13 years to get that, but I just warn you about making sure that if you do a commercial job, get your permits, because you can't get around those. If it's a private treehouse, don't worry about it. Make sure your neighbors know though. And also do the math anyway, because you don't want to hurt yourself. Okay, here we go. Come on. Over the new bridge. Western red cedar top cap, one of my favorite woods. This whole treehouse's exterior is western red cedar. Just a quick view of our woods. I mean, this is what makes me so happy to come out to Treehouse Point and see this gorgeous quintessential Pacific Northwest forest. Oh, love it here. Ferns and moss. These were the first cuts off some logs I brought down from Ketchikan, Alaska so many years ago. They make for great columns. Here's our host, Sitka spruce. We have a little wizard here. Just such a gorgeous tree. There is, before we go into the main treehouse, there is a little restroom in here. This is a composting toilet, soon to have a flushing toilet right here. Little mirror, right? And then into the main treehouse here. Well, hey, wait a minute. Who's that? Who's that? Is that Douglas? Yay! Little Douglas is here. I promised you we'd see Douglas. Yeah, he wants to go in there, but look, don't you want to say hi to the wizard? Hello, wizard. You like to poke his eye? Yeah, there he goes. He's poking his eye. Here is Douglas, 15 months old. This is the pride and joy of the Nelson family. Emily, my daughter's son, and Patrick, my son-in-law. And he loves the Treehouse Point. You want to do a tour of the inside? They haven't seen the inside yet. Should we go inside? Let's go this way. We already did the bathroom. So come in, look at this. It's again, 15 by 15. Most of these rooms, they've got these fancy little coffee makers. A place to sit down. Here, let's put Douglas right here. Oh, yeah. You can just kind of catch up with your buddies. I think there's a, yeah, if you turn this on. How are you doing today, Douglas? You want to get down? I don't blame you. This is such a beautiful little spot. We've got a nice queen-size bed. Oh, there goes Douglas. Something tells me his mother is nearby, I'm sure. But he's safe on the bridge. I'll just point out quickly that queen-size bed. One of my favorite features of this treehouse is the mask, the temple, or the blue moon. Beautiful mask in a beautiful location. Douglas, are you okay? There you are, I can hear you. Here, listen to the river. You hear the river out there? Let me lift you up. Oh, the raging river. Such a pretty spot. Let's go out onto the porch. I think I see your mother out there. Let's see if she's out there.
Oh, hi.
Let's say hello to Emily. Dee.
Hi. I'm just getting a little fresh air out here. It's so nice.
Thank you for sharing, little Douglas.
You're welcome.
This is Instagram bait, clearly. Right?
Yeah.
I had this plan. I've been dangling Douglas for a while on this, so. Oh, you getting a little tired? You want to see that? Yeah, there's some good things to see here.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We've had, ow!
Wow. Here, little monkey. He's like having a little orangutan. Right?
It's a lot of
wait,
fun.
you want to come back to your grandpa? Okay,
He
fine.
loves his grandpa.
Here, come out and see this, and then I'll say goodbye for now. This is my favorite. Emily, thank you for sharing your little baby.
You're welcome.
He's not so much a baby anymore, though, is he? He's an infant. So, there's Douglas. There's the Temple of the Blue Moon. Thank you for waiting so long for this first treehouse tour. We'll be back very soon to tour the rest. Be well, and thanks for checking in. Let's breathe in that good air, Douglas.